Mark Zarnock, and Mark is a collector of Hot Wheels and die-cast.
Mike, that's my fault.
Okay.
Oh.
All right there, Andrew.
Want to redo that?
And he is the world's biggest Hot Wheels collector. Good morning.
I'm not that big, but,
You aren't.
I have the
Well,
largest.
that was your cousin Mark. That's I was describing.
Mark used to have the biggest collection.
It's funny because I had an appearance in Wisconsin, and they put the whole schmeal out there.
Yeah.
They put Mark Zarnock was going to be there, so it's a running joke. So
it is. All right. Well, then we're not the first to make that mistake.
No.
All right. All right. Well, listen, Mike. How many Hot Wheels cars do you have?
I got about 30,000 cars in my collection.
Wow.
Yeah.
On average, what's a Hot Wheels car go for? $1, $5?
Yeah, no, $1. You can. I mean, it's the same as it was, back in 1968 when I was a kid.
And the Hot Wheels versus Matchbox. Hot Wheels, they have the they're more racing cars than Matchbox.
Well, originally, back in the 60s, Matchbox was very utilitarian. They had steel axles and plastic tires.
Yeah.
And when you push them, they just go bleh.
Yeah,
And they did dump trucks, garbage trucks, trailers, things
everything.
like that.
Buses.
Right.
Yeah.
And so right around 66, Elliot Handler, the owner of Mattel at the time, saw his grandkids playing with Matchbox cars, which he did not own at the time. And he's thinking, I own Mattel. Why are my grandkids playing with Hot Wheels or with somebody else?
Yeah.
Somebody else's toys. So he said, why don't we make toy cars? And his R&D department said, nah, we'll get killed.
Yeah.
But he said, he ended the meeting and said, yeah, we're going to do it anyway.
and
that's a perk of owning the company.
By the way, he became Donald Trump. Here
so,
we are today, he's president.
At the end of the day, there was a Matchbox car done up their way. And it had, Delrin bearings and really cool plastic wheels, and the thing flew. And they pushed it
that's
across
always the
table.
difference. Yeah,
and like it said in the documentary, he said, "Wow, that's some Hot Wheels," and that's where the name came from.
Oh, okay.
So Elliot's idea was to have a hands-off toy car. At the time, slot cars, electric, stuff was really big. But yeah, they're race cars. I mean, he wanted the California custom look, the things you saw in the magazines.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it was I remember Hot Wheels was the one that actually you could put them on the track and they do jumps and they
everything loops and
flew,
jumps and they had superchargers and they would just run all day long as long as you had batteries. And I don't know any kid who never got his butt beat. With an orange piece of track.
Yeah,
it was pretty convenient.
Right.
Parents loved
That's
it.
funny. I think I did too.
It was I don't know anybody who didn't. I mean, that was the closest thing my mom could reach. And
so, tell me about what is most valuable. What you have as part of your collection. What should people look for if they're looking?
The early stuff, from '68 to mid '77, are the Red Line era, and I actually brought a couple if you want to.
Yeah, I'd like to see. Yeah.
By the way, if anybody has a question here, I don't know that we can get a better guy to answer your question.
if you're wondering about value, about a Hot Wheels car or any of the diecast, here's your chance, 315-736-0186.
This is an original from 1971. I didn't want to bring anything from '68.
Yeah. So that value, 68, what are we talking?
It all depends on the colors and interior things like that. But this one here is probably relatively cheap, $250.
$250.
Wow. Yeah, maybe $300 because it's blue.
Yeah. That the color is
color.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I have a friend that paid $72,000 for one.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, because it was pink, and at the time in 1969. Boys didn't play with pink stuff.
You're right.
This was a pre-production piece, and he saw it. And believe it or not, there was somebody else, and I don't know who the other guy that bid against him, but I mean, they went up to $72,000.
Wow, that is unbelievable.
But yeah, I mean, you can get packaged red lines, $200, $300, $400 cheaply, but a lot of them go for $2,500, $3,000.
And these are and the packaging. I know that
packaging is very important.
Okay.
This is the
as you
50th
explain
anniversary.
This box that you have seems to be the same kind of box, but there's an additional plastic casing around this compared to that. Did you do that, or Hot Wheels do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I mean, everybody who has these protects.
You have your protection.
Yeah,
Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
So that's the original case, and this is something you've done to protect the original case.
These come off.
Okay, I didn't want to touch anything.
Yeah.
You said it's $250. I put it down as quick as I can. So.
But
that's right.
That's $20,000. Whoa!
Yeah, I don't even want to look at it.
Well, there's a lot of people collect different things. I have a friend of mine collects Star Wars stuff.
Right.
And he has a Boba Fett that was a pre-production with a shooting rocket or something, and that's like $20,000.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I was into this. I mean, we all get into something. I should not say that because not everybody does. But
right.
I at one point was I was a big Coca-Cola person. I collected Coca-Cola stuff, and I don't do it as much, but I still have some pretty cool little things that I've held on to. Wheaties boxes, thought that was going to be really big. Well, that wasn't.
Who didn't, though? You know?
I guess. But they figured it out, and they figured out people are buying our cereal and they don't eat it. They're like, oh, let's put out another package. So the one that you have that's sitting right there was the original.
This is the original.
That's the original.
And this is the 50th anniversary remake.
Is that packaging what it used to look like?
Yeah, this is.
Okay, so that's the original
this
packaging.
This is the original, and
Got
this is the remake.
Okay, all right. Well, they just copied it. Yeah, pretty cool.
Talking about cereal, I got
So
cars from the cereal package.
Yep.
That, like you said, people buy it. They don't eat the cereal. They want just the toy that's in it.
Right.
So this van right here is probably $20, $30.
Wow, and it came out of a box of cereal.
Out of a box of cereal.
So
there's
cool.
there's all different things
what
that
about
people.
this one? I actually had this. I believe 10, 15 years ago, I took it out of the package and I let my younger brother play with it or something.
It's a Getty gas station promo. A lot of different gas stations would do that.
Yeah.
Actually, 72, 73, Mattel was getting kind of. It was costing a lot of money to make Hot Wheels. Mm-hmm. So they just started doing all kinds of promotions, and there was Shell promotions. Mm-hmm. Those are really, really hard to find.
Really?
Yeah. They changed the color from the what they call Spectre Flame. Mm-hmm. They saved like a penny. So a penny on millions of cars saved them a lot of money. So they went to enamel colors and just, anything they could do to save money.
Right. I got to tell you, my boys are 23 and 24. And my oldest, we always get them the same things. So I know they have a ton of Hot Wheels, a ton of cars. Might have been also like the NASCAR stuff. But my oldest would always play with my youngest stuff, and they'd play with that stuff together. My oldest has boxes of stuff that has never been opened. That's a positive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's definitely
How
positive.
about NASCAR stuff? Is there
the NASCAR stuff got really, really big.
Mm-hmm. And oversaturated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, you talked about...
Before you ask yours, I want Sandy. She's been waiting in Ava.
Yeah, sorry.
And you wait in Ava, you could anything could happen. You could get eaten by a bear, for God's sakes. Sandy, you're on the radio. Good morning.
Good morning. I've got the number one Cheez-It Matchbox car. It's still in the wrapper. It's in excellent shape. There's some race car driver, but I can't think off the top of my head who he is.
Okay.
But it says number one out of, I think it's like 7,650.
Oh.
It's Cheez-Its, and there's a NASCAR driver on the package.
And it actually had a lot number, so it was a limited edition type thing? Okay. What do you think?
Yeah.
It was number one of the lot numbers.
Are you asking the value of it?
Yes, I'm curious about the value.
Well, like we just started to say, the NASCAR stuff has really gotten saturated.
Yeah.
At one time, everybody wanted it. NASCAR was really, really big. Right now, they're really down a lot, and everybody's trying to sell their stuff.
Right.
So
and there was so much of it out there.
Yeah.
So are you telling her it's probably not worth a lot?
It's probably not worth much. No.
Yeah.
I mean, if it has a special package, like just Cheez-Its. Maybe it might have been a promotion from Cheez-Its.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Right, that is different.
All right. Sandy, I'm sorry about that, but listen, the other thing that hurts, I think, is eBay, too. Is you can always look on eBay. If you find your item there for 99 cents,
Yeah,
well,
that's a good place to look,
yeah,
to start.
All right, Sandy. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
You have a great day.
Well, just before we got away from the fuel thing, I'm sorry, Jim, but I wanted to ask about, of course, because you not only collect Hot Wheels, but a lot of die-cast stuff. What about the Hess trucks now?
Hess trucks, the same thing.
Is there still is that oversaturation there?
Yeah, the earlier ones are still worth a lot of money. Like when I was a kid, I think the first one was like 1964, which was a B model Mac. That's probably $2,500 still with the box. And like we said, the packaging is really, really important. I mean, not only that, but I mean, I like packaging. I like the different eras. So, and of course the artists. Yeah. There have been a lot of really cool artists over the years that have done stuff. A lot of the comic book artists like Alex Toth and stuff like that. So packaging is definitely
all right.
important.
I want you to sit tight. Jim Rondinelli has a question, and if anybody else has questions, like you have something you want to know about the value, 315-736-0186. We'll come right back in studio. Mike Zarnock. His website is MikeZarnock.com. He is from here, and he's in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the world's biggest Hot Wheels collection. Pretty cool. We'll come right back at WIBX.